Hey guys, listen, gonna talk to y'all about something that the Lord has put in my heart, and it's called sin is a setup. Sin is a setup, guys. Sin is a setup. Sin keeps no secrets, okay? Sin has no loyalty. So you have to realize that when you are willfully sinning, there's gonna be an end to it. Sin is a setup, it is an enjoyable setup. Okay? There is no one that's been stealing that is going to be concealed forever. There are people who are in prison for stealing. There are people who are in prison for embezzling. There are people who are divorced because they were caught cheating. There are people who have lost their family because of cheating. There are people who have lost their credibility and their reputation because of things that they have done or people that they've associated with who were doing certain things, but they just kept hanging around them. And then guess what? Their name gets marred and taken down when other people, once the whole pyramid comes crashing down. Sin is a setup because what it does is, first of all, sin already has you pegged. You must understand that sin comes from Satan, the prince of the air. Satan knows what makes you tick. Satan knows what your needs are. Satan knows that you're trying to come up and maybe you don't have as much money as you'd like. So he'll set you up with somebody to show you how to make some quick money. Satan knows that, listen, things are not going so good at home with you and your wife. And he knows exactly what your needs are because he sees it, and a lot of your needs and your imaginations and perversions, he puts it there anyway. So he's going to bring a lady right along that time that's going to fit everything that you're lacking at home. Satan knows what it is that you are lacking as a woman and how you feel, about. He knows you like to go to the gym and your husband doesn't, and what your husband is or isn't saying to you. He's going to have that man that works out, who's going to be at the gym, who's going to be a Christian, and is going to say the right things and say everything that your husband is not saying. He knows what our needs are as single people or whatever. He'll tell you, oh yes, you're right. You know what? You're supposed to present your body a living sacrifice, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with watching a little bit of something on TV and pleasuring yourself. It's better to be safe than sorry. Right? So you're going to find that he'll have you do a lot of different things and present it to you because he knows what you're wanting to do. So then he sets it up where you partake in what appears to be harmless. Then he's going to give you some justification for why you're right, why this is okay, why you deserve this, right? And how God is unreasonable to give you this awful wife. Why didn't God know that your husband, got sweaty feet and all of this? I'm being funny. But what happens is he presents it and he makes it pleasant and makes it pleasant. So every time you get with your side boo, your affair, whatever you're doing by yourself as a man or a woman, whatever you're stealing, you're doing, it's gonna be like there are benefits from it. There's going to be all sorts of, positive payouts on it. And so it makes you want to do more, makes you want to do more, makes you want to do more, makes you want to cheat more, makes you want to keep doing stuff, makes you want to do more. And then what happens is whatever you're doing at that point, it's not enough anymore. So you got to go to the next level of that. So you know what, you may have been seeing one person or whatever, or you're seeing this person, but you were just talking. So now you go to the next level and then you start sleeping with a person using protection. But then you go to the next level. Now you're not using protection, or you go to the next level. You're sleeping with more than one person. You go to the next level. You were just masturbating, but now it's like, you know what? This is not enough. I want a man in my bed with me, or I want a woman in my bed with me. Then you go to doing that to whatever, to move from being you being a single person or a married person. You want or a single person, you just want another single person to not actually, it's actually a married person who is like really out there and you're doing all types of stuff together. It brings you to this level where Satan captivates you with your sin and with your desire and keeps giving you what you want and making it good, and then he makes you get away with it every time, not knowing in the back of your head, Satan knows that the reason why you've gotten away is by the grace of God, and God keeps warning you and keeps giving you his grace, but Satan puts it in their mind that they're getting away. But in actuality, it's God's grace that's keeping them. But Satan distorts the voice of God because you're sinning. You can't hear God no more. So you're hearing Satan telling you, yeah, you got away, you got away. Let's do more, let's do more, let's do more. And guess what? You keep doing it till you get to this place that you're no longer hearing God's voice, and you become so brazen and so crazy with it that guess what? There is the ultimate setup. Satan knows that all the robbing and stealing that you've been doing, he's got the setup where you're going to get caught. With all the cheating and stuff that you're going to do, he knows you got the ultimate setup where, listen, you're going to find out this woman or this man had a lover that's crazy, that's going to blow your head off on this day. He's going to set it up where you're going to get exposed. You're going to run into somebody when you're coming out of a hotel with this man or this woman. Satan got the ultimate setup that, listen, she's going to get pregnant and she wants to keep the baby and she's going to tell your wife about it. He's going to have the ultimate setup where, listen, you've been messing with this man, this woman, and guess what? Listen, find out they got HIV. This is the stuff that Satan does. It's the ultimate setup. But the ultimate setup is now this stuff happens. You're going to start to blame God. You're going to get to a place of guilt and condemnation. And you roll into depression and anxiety or whatever. And you go further away from the Lord, further away from his voice. Go through all types of things you didn't need to go through. Go through all types of hell that you didn't need to go through. Listen, and some of y'all will never return. Right? Or you return, but you went through all types of stuff. You look like Tom Hanks on Castaway when they finally recovered him. Listen, sin is a setup. Don't get fooled by it. Don't get wooed by it. It's good. It sounds good. It feels good. It's a sweet little ride the whole time. But listen, the wheel's about to come off for all of that. So guys, listen, sin is a setup. Sin is a setup. Sometimes for us, we try to imagine, well, anything else seems boring. Oh, you mean I can't get drunk? I can't have sex with a bunch of different people? I have to tell the truth all the time? I have to be considerate of other people? But do you hear the insanity of that? We're so used to living on this base, toxic level of doing things wrong, sleeping around, getting drunk, getting pissy drunk in some cases, sleeping around, doing all types of stuff, living on this low level that we're used to it, that really being faithful to one person seems boring. Living and being respectful to other is too calm. Really just going to the park and sitting and enjoying the stars and the breeze and just coming home and enjoying a book, that's absolutely boring, because we have been used to living a certain level, which truly is really bottom level, right? What's wrong with being faithful? But nowadays it's like, what? Psh, please. Why? When I can have all the moisture I want with all types of strangers. And guys, don't think just because you're using protection, that don't help you. There are other communicable diseases. If someone has like active herpes and they perform any type of oral sex on you, you got it. You perform oral sex on them, you got it. If they have genital warts and you didn't see it and you rub up against it, you got it. You understand that? So there's so many things, guys. But the Lord just wants me to let you all know today, sin is a setup. So listen, turn away. It's not easy to turn away from it. The flesh likes it. So that's why it's going to take prayer, getting before the Lord, asking him to help you, having accountability with someone you could trust. But first and foremost, go to God. Before you go to a human being, go to God. Before you go to a human being with your business, go to God. And I'm going to guarantee you that if it is his will, he's going to bring the right people around you that's going to help you. But just know that sin is a setup. Sin is a sweet setup, because it is sweet until it gets sour. All right, guys, hope this helps you out. Don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. And by the way, guys, go into my playlist and check out my playlist entitled Sex, Sex, Sex. Go look in that, because guess what? That's one of the number one ways that the enemy is setting up his people and keeping people bound. All right, guys, peace out.